Hello everyone, and I know there's a really big surprise here. I was kind of telling there's a big surprise here. That's silly of me, but whatever. Today I thought I'd be making a video game review, even though it's been a very long while since I've done a video game review, like more than a year. But when I saw The Revenant, afterwards I went to HMV. Not HMV. I went to EB Games and I picked up a game, and due to the title of this video down below, you know what video game it is, and it is the Xbox 360's Tomb Raider definitive version. This game came out in 2013, and this game I've heard, due to certain things on here, it has a really great rave reviews for it. And I'm going to tell you all the hype for this is true. This is an extraordinarily fun and entertaining and thorough game. As it is from beginning to end, you really do feel like you're on this journey with Lara Croft. And they're trying to make it in this type of triangular square type of thing. Very much like, what the hell is it called? A triangular area in the Bahamas of a place. But whatever it's called, it's like they're trying to make it this a chain of islands essentially. But while they're for like an exploration, but while they're on the way there, they get island struck, very much in a Castaway style. And the Lara Croft is one of these like 7 or 8 crew members who gets trapped on this island where there's this really big, weird, almost like cult type of religion thing that's going on within it, and there's weird mythical things going on with it, mixed with around Japanese culture within it, and Polynesian culture mixed within it, and you get to see it almost like this game goes through like a really weird change, and I really do think, in my opinion, the way it wrapped it all up into a really unique bow, and in my opinion, it seemed very, very seamless with the way it felt as they paid tribute, and scenery really did feel Japanese. You see Japanese archways and Japanese type of bridges and designs, and very much Eastern inspired, essentially. And I think it's visually gorgeous, and it really adds a big layer of depth and history and monarch to it. And I think it's visually compelling, and yes, visually compelling, not just for cinematography or geographically wise within the game, but the effects. Holy crap. This is one of the best looking video games I've ever played. And I've been playing games since probably 5 or 6 years old. Although I will admit I'm not the biggest gamer out there. Unlike my friends who are much bigger gamers than me, I'm probably more of a movie buff than my friends. But I do love me some video games. And when I say a game is good in my opinion, I mean it's damn good. And when you go through this game as a whole, it feels really cool and very fun and understanding as a whole. And by the end, you feel this journey with Lara Croft. Speaking of Lara Croft herself, I fucking loved her character in this movie. She is a very real and vulnerable, strong character. And while she will have her moments of doubt and sour and dour and sad and negativity, there's moments where she would openly say there's no hope of getting out or anything like that. My hands are screwed. But she always finds those redeeming moments. She's always like, you might, my friends are trapped or whatever, something like that. She always finds a good reason to bring her energy and bring her focus back and really say, you know what, I gotta follow through, my friends are worth it, my colleagues are worth it, I gotta go through for their survival and their strengths. And this is somewhat of a spoiler, although I'm not saying who it is. But whenever she will come across me up with the characters, this is a minor spoiler, so I'm sorry. But there will be like a character or two within the game. Like she needs to meet up with certain characters. I will not say who. That's the thing, who is. But some side characters who you do go to like, essentially sacrifice their own lives for her to essentially survive, which I think is a very compelling and heartfelt moment within the game, and it really feels like, oh shit, this is real. There's real consequences to this, and I think it's a very genuine, real depth to the character, and I love Laura in this movie. I meant to say game. She is like I just finished this game yesterday. She may be my flat out favorite female character ever in the video game. I love this character. She is superb, and like I said before, she has her moments of doubt, but she always finds her real innate strength in herself, and she always finds a very strong reason why to keep on going. She never gives up. She never even gives up. And while she, like I said before, she will have moments of doubt and sadness, and she does break down. Like, she's a very vulnerable character. She's not like Superman, even though that's a character I deeply love, but whatever. Is that she really has these moments of gray, and they do talk about her parents in a very shadowy gray like manner, like, oh, you're a Croft, you gotta keep going, you gotta stick through, you're a Croft, your mom and dad would be proud of you. It's like there's moments like that, and so I'm just like, she's very interesting. And then it's not the past, it's weird to describe it. It's not the past itself, but it's the way they referenced her family's past is very mysterious, and I really love it. This is and I loved her character, and there's some other really colorful and noticeable characters on the way, and how, like, the first half of this game is like real build up. It's like, okay, what's really going on here? You're trying to put A and B together, and there's like, okay, what's going on here? I gotta do here and do that, this and that. But after a certain point, you know what's happening. It's like there's this big cult, not to really give it away, but there's this big religious cult within the island that she stranded on, and there's like this real struggle within the mythological, the spiritual type of world, and it's very much like mixed with this weird Buddhism feel to it. There's a lot of statues that you feel like that really would belong in somewhere like Thailand or Vietnam or Thailand. Like, I think what they said, Thailand. But it really feels like there's good homages to, like, the way the statues look. Very much have that feel to it. And I think that really does give a bit more life to the game. It gives it greater mythos and makes it very, very interesting and engaging, especially as a whole. And another thing I love about this game is that it feels smart. It feels gradual. It's like there's a setting, you will go through it, and in the end, there's this minor boss. No major, but a minor boss you have to fight is very challenging. Yes, it's a pain in the ass, but you have to get through it. It's not like it's not like that one moment in the game where it's like the most difficult thing, and then after everything is just smooth sailing. It's like, no, every moment feels gradual. Now, you can definitely say, well, then that feels very basic. Every video game ever does that. You're right. But I'm at least happy it doesn't give me something extremely hard after doing something fairly easy, like killing some people. Then it's like a super, very, very difficult thing to go up against. It's like, no, it feels very gradual. It knows how to play its cards right. It knows how to be cautious with its own pattern of how it goes. And yes, like I said before, you can say it's very much following in what other video games do, but it's an adventure video game and an action one at that. Not every one of these can be the Citizen Kane of video games, essentially. It needs to embody what it needs to be in the first place. And it's an adventure first and an action game it's second. And the adventure itself mainly is very fascinating, very engaging, and I found myself thoroughly entertained all the way through the game. And I will notify for you, the game is hard as shit. There's no denying there. There's a long bunch where I would say at least playing the game, I have my laptop next to me, so I'm like, okay, fuck it, I'll look it up. So a good deal of the time, you will find yourself going on the internet to how to get through certain parts, and I found myself doing that a lot. But then again, it's like every video game ever within its own rights is difficult. That really shouldn't be a big complaint. Yes, it gets as hard as balls at points, but it's a very strong and very, very visually compelling game with a great main lead, beautiful musical composition for the game. It feels very, very gradual, and it very much feels like, okay, I haven't played the Uncharted games, but a lot of people have said, it's like Lara Croft or Tomb Raider, Uncharted. It's like they're very much almost the same thing. And there's definitely no argument there, and I know some people be upset about that. I'm sorry. But it's just the same type of genre, and as a whole, I loved this game. I don't know for sure. Now, I don't know for sure if this will be like within my top 10 video games of all time, but I will say it's within one of my favorite video games of the last few years. Definitely up there with GTA 5 and Gears of War 3. For me, it's just an essential, awesome, kick-ass game with an incredible lead, and I love this game. I'm gonna give I'm gonna do like a little unique video game system, which I'm hoping to continue here on my channel this year. I'm gonna give this game out of I'm gonna say out of 10 video game controllers, but out of 10 video game controllers, I'm gonna give this one a very, very strong 9. It may not be a perfect game, but it's a consistently, brilliantly well done film. And it knows what it is, embraces it, and it follows through the end with no disregards. And this is completely a consistent game, and it's consistently fun, entertaining, and visually compelling, but also hard as hell. And in the end, it's a really great game, and I got this game for $20. Try to focus right there. I'm sorry, it's gonna be hard to but in the end, for me, this is definitely one of my favorite games of the last few years, and I would highly recommend it. Tomb Raider, if you can afford it. I don't know if this is accessible for PS3. I'm not so sure. If it is, then I would recommend to get it. But if you have an Xbox 360, then I would recommend it. It's truly worth the price you will get it at. And because it's been out for more than a year now, any price is at is worth it. As long as it's under $40. It's like, for me, any video game that's more than $40, no, fuck it. I'm sorry, there's no chance I'll buy it. But to me, that's my final rating. That's my final thoughts on, this modern game that I really love playing. And as a whole, I really do hope I encourage you guys to see it, to buy this game yourself, and give your own thoughts about it down below. So yeah, in the end, that's my review for Tomb Raider Definitive Version. Everyone, I really hope you enjoyed it. And you can subscribe down below and see more videos in the future for that, everyone. Till then, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the future. Bye.